What up, this is Rama Screen covering movies, TV, and entertainment, and here's my review of the 2019 brand new Hellboy movie. Let's rock this. I was actually looking forward to this reboot. Wait, let me rephrase that. I actually wanted Hellboy 3 with Ron Perlman, but that wasn't gonna happen. And since they announced this reboot, I was like, okay, fine, reboot it is. I was open to it. And I think David Harbour is an excellent choice to fill those shoes. And my god, I am such a huge fan of director Neil Marshall's The Descent and those Game of Thrones episodes that he was in charge of. So on paper, this should be a winning formula, right? Well, far from it. But let me give you my overall verdict before I break it down further in this review. Between the bad CG and the agonizing dialogues and the underwhelming story, take your pick on which parts that you can sit through or tolerate about this new Hellboy. Based on Mike Mignola's creation, directed by Neil Marshall and scripted by Andrew Cosby, David Harbour stars as the legendary paranormal investigator half-demon superhero Hellboy, who's called to the English countryside to battle giants. There he discovers that the ancient sorceress named the Blood Queen Nimue, played by Milla Jovovich, is being resurrected, and she has returned with a vengeance and to bring about the end of the world. That is, of course, unless Hellboy stops her. Okay, let's unpack the positives first. I think David Harbour is perfect in this role. He looks the part. He becomes Hellboy, man. And he doesn't try to imitate Ron Perlman at all. David puts his own spin, but still retains those characteristics of an angry yet sympathetic anti-hero. There is one pretty big action set piece in the middle involving those giants, which I find to be quite entertaining. I can confidently say that that is the highlight of the entire movie. Hellboy battling giants. It's definitely more fun to watch than that Bryan Singer snoozer Jack the Giant Slayer. And on that note, the creatures in this Hellboy movie look fantastic. The costumes, the prosthetics, the makeup for those creatures look gnarly and bloody and revolting. What an incredible work. So mad props, no pun intended, to everybody involved with the practical effects on this one. Okay, so while I think David Harbour is great, I can't say the same praise about the supporting cast, however. And it may not be their fault, because it's partly due to how their characters are written. I'm glad Daniel Day Kim gets to play Ben Daimyo instead of the initial choice, Ed Skrein. And maybe it's just me, but Daniel looks like he doesn't want to be there. I think Sasha Lane is an interesting actress, but other than the psychic medium ability, there's nothing really truly gripping about her character, Alice Monaghan. The worst offender of them all is Milla Jovovich, who even though looks remarkably sultry, but her one-note performance and her weird accent kinda throw me off a lot. The Blood Queen has this potential, right? As this all-powerful, invincible, unbeatable nemesis. And yet, the way it all goes down is so uneventful. I mean, you're really doing a disservice to the fans when you've built her up this much. The threat is there, the stakes are high, but only to have it all come down with a less than satisfying conclusion. And as I mentioned earlier, the CG visual effects is atrocious. Not all of it, but some of it. And it's quite significant that you will definitely notice it. And as far as the story goes, I totally get what it's aiming for, but unfortunately, our hero's journey is littered with pointless, mediocre distractions on its path. It frequently shows flashbacks of this character and that other character, and that serves as an excuse to give you a sense of origin without the film being a completely origin story. But there's gotta be a better way to execute them. A way through which you can take them seriously. But for whatever reason, this film settles for the way that anti-hero comic book movies were done in the late 90s, like Spawn and Blade, which, whether or not you want to admit it, have outdated approach. Some of the lines that the characters are forced to say in this film are also unbearable. So while this brand new Hellboy reboot movie does occasionally offer some elements of fun, it has way too many missed opportunities, and that will continue to piss me off. So that's it. That's my review of the brand new 2019 movie Hellboy. Share your thoughts in the comment section below, and as always, subscribe to my channel, press that like button, ring that bell so you can get notified whenever I post new videos. Hey, if you like this review and you want me to make more, please contribute monthly to help support this channel at Rama Screen Patreon page. Become my patrons today at patreon.com/ramascreen. Let's rock this.